It's good.
All right, we are live. Welcome everyone to the Renevelation after party. So far, we have Rene in here with us, of course, and my good friend Zach, who's known as the Bible Belt Atheist, has jumped in here with us as well. And Lilith is in the chat, I see, and you're welcome to jump in if you like, Lilith. If you just send me a quick message on Twitter, I can send you a link. That way, I don't have to kind of search you out. If you know what I mean. That way, if you want, it's up to you. But I think it would be kind of cool to have the other host of Veritas Voices in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Kristen, who's also known as Best Name Ever, was asking me if I would like to mod the Atheist Experience show today, because I'm a mod on the Talk Heathen and Truth Wanted, but I've never actually been a mod on Atheist Experience. But she apparently can't do it today, and unfortunately, I won't be able to either, because I'll be at my sister's place helping her. Well, I'll be painting the inside of her garage. This is not a lot of work to do. Just one of the walls had water damage, and she'll be watching me. But that's pretty much how it's going to go. And then, of course, she'll feed me. So that's fair enough exchange, I suppose. My sister's a pretty good cook. So my nephew will probably be hanging around too. And he's like 10 years old. So he's going to be bugging me with all these questions. And I'm trying to teach him how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is a children's card game that I got hooked on, thanks to my ex-wife's kids.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! I also played it when I was a kid. I mean, I didn't collect the cards, but I had a few friends who had Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and every time when I was at their place, I always played Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh yeah, it was fun. It's a fun game. I really got hooked on it because I used to play years ago. I played Magic: The Gathering, and I found it to be very similar. But I really loved the artwork on those cards and stuff like that. So the kids, I came home one day and they were watching Yu-Gi-Oh! On TV, and I sat with them and I was like, "Well, what's this?" It's an anime. It's called Yu-Gi-Oh! And they played this card game. And I said, "Oh yeah, cool. Is it a real card game?" And they got all excited and they ran into their bedroom and grabbed all their cards and brought them out and showed them to me. And we tried to play. Of course, they didn't really have a real grip on the game like I know it now, but we had a lot of fun playing it, and I learned how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I've been doing tournaments and have a YouTube channel dedicated to it. And which reminds me, actually, I have to upload. Yesterday, I went to the locals to play, and we were building a new Blue Eyes White Dragon deck for me that includes. Oh, geez, here we go. Bible Belt Atheist getting all trippy on us now. This is what infinity looks like, people. But yeah, so I did some pack openings yesterday, and now I have to upload it after I do this and before I head to my sister. So, all right, Lilith, I will send you a link. Yeah,
Lilith is going to join us.
Yep, I'm just sending her the link right now. There you are. So you can jump in if you like. And Hopswatch said he wanted to jump in, but I haven't seen him respond to my link that I put there. He still hasn't even seen it.
What game is that, Bible Belt Atheist?
Do what?
What game is that?
What game is that you're playing?
Forza Horizon 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's even got his logo and everything all over that car. He's got his BBA logo and a YouTube logo and stuff on there, which I think is just fantastic.
Yeah. By the way, I know, Neil, you're probably going to want to hear this as well, but anybody who's been following me with my music, I just ordered the guitar and the case last Friday. So it'll be here middle to end of next week.
That's Lilith.
The guitar and the case.
Nice.
Last Friday.
What kind of guitar?
It'll be here. The Beastie Rich War Beast. It'll be the end of next week.
That's Lilith.
And somebody's echoing my voice.
Yeah, Lilith, I think that might be you.
I just had to close down the YouTube channel since I've got the StreamYard up here, although I've got headphones on. So
You should be
only
good now.
for Rene, by the way, would I do this. I'm still in the middle of moving. I'm assembling things as we speak. I've arrived. I just haven't got all my stuff in places, and I didn't know I was coming on, so I haven't put on makeup. So you.
Well, I'm glad you joined us because I've been listening to the two of you guys on your show for quite some time now. So it's good to have you in here.
Well, thanks. It's good to be here. I love chatting with Rene. That's why we have a whole show about it. And it's been pretty interesting. Trying to explain to him why creationists think all these batshit things. It's like, because I get why he's like, the fuck? Well, you see, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, someone decided that, it gets fun.
Oh, I bet indeed.
I mean, today on Twitter, I also saw a tweet from Anti-Theist or Anti-Theist or a City Skeptic, as he calls himself, and nowadays, and he has sort of made a post asking questions about the fact that there was this serious creationist who I just found it crazy how he had all these kind of bullshit explanations for why the flood is credible. It's amazing.
I know. They will literally anything. Have you heard the arguments about how footprints running uphill must be animals that were running away from the flood, as if the footprints in soft mud would then be preserved during the flood that broke apart the continents.
Of course.
But what I find amazing is that the plants ran faster than the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I know. I don't know. Also, coal takes no time to make. What are you talking about? It's a few thousand years.
Yeah. You can put it in the ground, and the coal will happen in a couple of weeks, no problem.
Oh yeah. Never mind fossilization.
One thing which I did.
Really.
But one thing which I did with the tweet from which I saw is, one thing which I've researched was the food resources that Noah would have to have collected, because I did look up a statistic about the Zoo of Frankfurt in Germany, and they have to get approximately 137 137 tons per year to feed all their 4,500 animals.
And I don't care how many kinds you come up with. I'm pretty sure it's more than 4,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Try millions.
I think the lowest. I think the lowest estimation that they have would be 8,000 kinds or 8,000 individuals. And what you have to ask yourself is, where did Noah get 250 tons of food from?
You know,
maybe they had like a towboat, like the Ark trailer hitch on. They don't talk about that part.
Yeah, that's right.
Sort of the
drag it behind the boat, says U-Haul on the side of it.
Getting the hitch installed was just a bitch. Oh, there they are. Sorry.
You have to believe in SUPERevolution for that number.
But they're so devoted to not understanding evolution and making sure none of their children understand it either, that they don't actually notice that what they are proposing is actual evolution.
I know. It's
like
crazy.
The real stuff, not the bullshit they made up.
One thing which I did want to ask Neil, because you mentioned SUPERevolution, did you watch the video, The Creation Museum Teaches SUPERevolution?
I don't know.
There's a video on YouTube about
really?
The Creation Museum teaching SUPERevolution.
Wow.
It's,
Now, is this?
I can send you the video later, but it's
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be
like,
really cool.
if it's one thing which I had was like sort of with rhinoceroses, like what they said is like 300 species of rhinoceros in 100 years popped up magically, and this guy who made videos is a scientist, and he points out how just flat out crazy the SUPERevolution thing is.
Yeah, but you can't. You
know
can't
what?
call it
I think I
crazy
will
'cause
search.
Rene, finish
calling
it.
the Bible
I think
crazy.
I will search that. I think I will search that video really quick. Send you the link, and then we can also put it in the description box. It's a great video.
That sounds fun. I have to step
can
away
send
from
you the
this for a
video as
second.
well if you want.
Yep, we're getting a little tool time with Lilith here. So I think this has got to be one of the most active after. We've got Bible Belt Atheist playing his video game. We got Lilith building furniture. I think this is a quite the accomplishment for one of my after parties. Yeah, and yeah, if you send me the link for that SUPERevolution video, geez, Lilith's giving shit to the animals. If you send me a link to that SUPERevolution video, I'll definitely throw it in the description box after it's done, because once people watch it, they're going to be curious and they're going to want to see it. Yeah, keep it down over there, Lil. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, y'all done there?
Okay. The museum.
My bed is falling apart. My new roommate has a dog who has anxiety issues. He was abused by his former owner, and it's really unfortunate. And I do feel bad, but he needs to stop crying all the time.
Oh,
It's very exhausting after a few hours.
oh, I bet. I think it'll probably take a little time, but eventually the dog will get through that.
Yeah, no, he will. I'm concerned about introducing him to my cat.
Oh.
Because my cat is a little bit of a introvert naturally, and so she's going to be a little like, what the hell are you? And what the hell are you doing? And fuck off. And he's all like up in everybody's face and the slobbering and so.
Okay, now Hopswatch is in the chat, and dude, I sent you a link. Why are you not? Unless you, I sent you a link on Twitter, dude. You should be jumping in here. You don't have to sit in the sidelines and watch. Because we were talking about beer, so naturally he got interested in that. just the name
beer.
alone.
I could use a beer right about now.
Oh, I bet. I'm still on
10:20
coffee.
isn't too early for beer, is it?
Me too.
Wait, Lilith, you're in my time zone?
Yeah. Oh, didn't you know? I just hopped over you. I moved from the interior to Vancouver Island.
Wait, what? You're in my neck of the woods, like completely in my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Oh.
I tell everyone I lived in Western Canada, and then I told them I lived in the not crazy part of Western Canada, or the less crazy, because I have extended
Abbotsford.
family in Alberta, and Jesus Christ.
Yep. We've got our own little Bible Belt there, Bible Belt Atheists, and we call it Abbotsford and Mission. Although Mission's not so much as it used to be.
Do they watch 100 Huntley Street?
Oh yeah, some people probably do, but that's Canadian though.
Yeah, 100 Huntley Street is Canadian. It's literally the address of the studio in Toronto. I've seen Huntley Street.
I've seen it. It's basically it's the Canadian version of what you guys would know.
700 Club.
Yeah, 700 exactly. It's sort of the same idea. Hang on.
Neil, I sent you the video, and now I'm about to send it to Lilith as well.
Okay.
Sure. Hopswatch, dude, I totally sent you. Like I'm looking at it right now. In your on Twitter, it's Hopswatch, lesser priest of sexual humanism, which I'm assuming is the name Shannon Q donned you.
I never got officially given a new title by Shannon you, which is not fair because I wanted in on the Church of Sexual Humanism. But yeah, I need a suitably grand title if I'm going to wear a stupid hat for something. And let's face it, what is religion if it's not a collection of people whining about sex in stupid hats?
I'll do it again just in case. All right, there we go.
So what are you playing, Bible Belt Atheist?
Did you get the video? Both of you?
Let me just check.
I didn't even check
Twitter.
Okay, we do have it. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to silence the shit out of it. Yep, there we go. I'm going to silence the crap out of it there. Blah, 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 blah. And now I will. Where the hell's the share option?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Okay. No, let's copy the link. There we go. Let's go over to. I'll pull up the video we are currently doing. Jeez. There we go.
Sorry, I just had to mute it on my phone. I've got a few things running, including Skyrim, because I need the stress relief.
Skyrim's good for that.
It is. It is. I've got. Well, okay. Just before the snobs, the console snobs get on me, I did not purchase an Xbox One personally. My ex-husband purchased it, probably with my money, and I wasn't going to throw away a game system. So do not get into the PCs and the PS4s and the blah, 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 blah. I just want to shoot things with arrows and blow them up with magic and have fun with it. And maybe mod a little bit, but not quite at the level of, the guys who do it on YouTube.
There we go. And it is now in the description box. We have the link to it now.
Yeah.
There he is. Okay, there he
check
is.
it out.
And maybe mod a little bit, but not
It's a
quite
hilarious-
at the level of, the guys who do it on YouTube.
Hello. All right.
Top
But
Notch is here.
and it is now in the description box. You got to turn down the volume there, Hopswatch. There he is. Okay.
Check it out.
And maybe mod a little bit, but not
Just a sec.
the guys who do it on YouTube.
That's okay. I will mute you until you're ready to go. Or you can unmute yourself, I think. But
I turned down my mic now. Is it better?
yes, now there's no echo at all, so you're good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got a text message as well, and I
I
had
can
my
hear you.
I had my TV running with the stream, so I switched that off now.
Ah,
Thanks for
going
having
big time.
me.
Oh shit, dude! I'm you're always welcome in here. It's just I guess the time difference makes it a little difficult when I usually go on. So
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to join.
it's always a pleasure. That you're like my Yoda when it comes to beer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember,
Oh, good. What beer do you recommend for moving stress?
I could give you a few.
moving stress. Have you already moved? So,
Yes.
is it only the
Yeah,
okay?
I'm sitting in total chaos of just having moved, and yeah,
something very strong.
yeah.
Well,
I do
that
actually have
narrows it
some
down.
dark rum, but I thought I really shouldn't start on that till noon.
Oh, right.
You remember, it's still morning where we are. Where Lilith and I are literally in the same province, so it's 10:27 in the morning here.
Oh, I see.
So we need like an AM ale or something like that, right?
That would be a really great marketing campaign. AM
been done.
Ale.
They did it on Saturday Night Live.
Well,
Okay.
that'd be nice. So I rarely drink before evening time ever. But I do remember when I went on festivals back when I was young. I'd grab one for breakfast at that time. That would be a pale lager.
Pale lager. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I have to see if I have one of those around here.
Probably. We have.
I'm sure I could steal my roommate's beer if I replace it.
Of course.
That was, however, back before I discovered the IPA. The IPA is always good, and that's a light beer. Well,
for an ale, yeah.
IPAs can be very, very different. My best friend, I was visiting her when she was pregnant, and so of course she couldn't drink anything, but her husband liked the IPAs, and so I agreed to sample different IPAs with him. He's very hipster about it. I liked most of them. There was a milkshake one though that had lactose added to it, and I was like, no, just no.
Yeah, if you're lactose intolerant, don't drink that one.
No, I'm not lactose intolerant. It just tasted gross. I'm like, milk is good in certain things. It is. I love ice cream. I love cheese. It just doesn't work with beer. Like, I'm sorry. It's not.
Was a milk IPA?
Well, it had some milk. I think it was just lactose added to it. It was called a milkshake IPA or whatever.
I mean, that can actually work well sometimes. It's the trick is that usually yeast can't break down lactose. So if you want to make your beer sweeter, you can use lactose, and the yeast won't just break it down. That's the reason why you would put lactose in them. And there are some. To my knowledge, it's mostly used in stouts.
Yes, milk stouts.
And sometimes it works quite well. I mean, I'm not.
I like them.
I'm okay with mixing beers with things that Rene, I guess, would be opposed to. What with Reinheitsgebot and all.
Would he be against adding fruit to beer? Would that be an abomination?
Well, we have beers like that here.
Like,
you've got your Radlers.
You can sort of mix it. You can sort of mix the Finnish beer with all kinds of sort of drink, beer with Coke or beer with Fanta and that stuff. But you can't put in fruits in the original beer, but you can definitely mix it.
Yeah, you're breaking that Bavarian purity law we were speaking of earlier.
Have huge problems with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm my take on it is that while the rest of the world went into a huge beer revolution some 10, 15 years ago, Germany held on to its purity law and didn't move at all, which is actually a pity because before the beer revolution, Germany was quite an interesting beer country, and because it never went with the or only very late went with the beer revolution, they plunged to the bottom of interesting beer countries. No offense.
Not all revolutions are good, though. Someone who I now despise gave me a bottle of some abomination infusion of Merlot and Coca-Cola.
What? Is that even possible?
Actually, I don't think it was brand Coca-Cola, but it was some kind of cola Merlot, but not carbonate. But it was like some sort of, you know how you've seen the white Zinfandels that are strawberry flavored, and you're like, I'm not anything enough to drink that. It was sort of like that, but worse. Infinitely worse. I'm just like, no.
Just no.
Mixing cola and red wine, as far as I know, is a Spanish thing.
Could be.
It's called calimucho, as far as I know. I don't speak any Spanish, though.
That's if that is true, then Spain has a lot to answer for. This is worse than Columbus.
Rene,
that's apparently the thing.
Rene, what's the weirdest thing you've ever combined with beer?
Apple juice, I would say.
Really?
Or I've also combined actual water with beer. But
Water, but
takes
it's
a little
made with
bit away
water.
from-
Oh,
Yeah,
is that
Yeah.
your version of a light beer?
I mean, normally
heard great
I
beer.
don't mix my beer with anything like. Normally I drink beer just pure.
Yeah, that's as do I.
On
But
occasion also with apple juice when I.
That sounds interesting. I'll have to try that. I tried the Coke with apple juice, which was really good, or apple flavored Coke. But I'll have to try that. Also, Bob
Coke
Smith
with
made a
apple
great
juice is
point.
great.
Beer and tomato juice. It's called a red eye, for those that don't know, and it's actually very good. I use a Clamato juice myself when adding it to that. It's actually it's good, man. I used to think the same thing, but it's good.
I have a hard
Sounds more
time
like
believing
pink eye.
that tastes good.
I just like beer. That's all. That's all I get. That does me. Lager, pilsners, ales, stouts, even porters. I like porters because they're kind of got that sweeter edge to them. They're tasty.
You're all sissies. I live on gin and tonic.
Do you?
Yeah, I can't drink gin.
In Canada, do you have? In Canada, do you have Weissbier, like the German Weissbier? Do you have that?
I don't
Wheat beer.
think so.
No, we do. We do. You can get
You
it.
do?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a matter
I
of
don't know.
fact,
I haven't.
Four Winds Brewery, which is luckily right
Because-
around the corner from
because
where I
that
live,
one
they
is-
make it there.
Oh, nice. Four Winds Brewery. Okay, I'll look them up.
Because that's pretty much. Because Weissbier is pretty much my second favorite after Pilsner, and it's my dad's absolute favorite. He loves it.
I like pilsners. Yeah, that's a wheat based beer, correct? The one you were talking about, Rene.
I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't actually know, which is funny because when I actually was in school, we did sort of 10th grade. That was fun.
Nice.
Nice.
Like,
Zach's going all this talk about beer, and I'm not even old enough to drink yet.
and,
Pretty much.
You're 19, right?
18.
I'm 22, so
Yeah, but you're illegal to drink even in the U.S., Rene. But poor Zach here,
Yeah,
he's got to wait.
The
You gotta
U.S.
wait.
are fucked up.
3
They won't
years.
let you drink till 21,
yeah.
right?
I know.
Yeah. US, you can't drink until you're 21.
That's bullshit. You can get married at 18. You should be able to
That
drink.
sucks.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
sometimes marriage is going to want to drive you to
In
drinking.
Germany, at age 16.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that all over Europe. When I was in Europe as a teenager and
Like at least
traveling, I was drinking everywhere.
I think it's 16 in Denmark as well.
I mean,
And it's
like
not
you,
like
you
we.
can't drink vodka at age 16, but you can drink beer.
Okay.
I don't know how exactly it is
Like
in Denmark.
there's
It's
difference with the alcohol.
somewhat the same. The thing that you can't do in Denmark is purchase alcohol before the age of 16. So
But like your family purchasing it for you, they're not going to go to jail or anything.
Yeah, that's the same in Germany.
I don't think so. Actually, no.
No.
It's no.
Yeah, we can go to jail for bootlegging here in Canada. So
I think you can. I think beer at age 14, but you can't buy it, but then your parents would have to buy it for you.
Mhm.
And you can buy your own beer in Germany at least, and at age 18 you can pretty much drink whatever you want. And I think that would have to be similar in Denmark, since Denmark's.
Yeah. It's
I can't think.
well. Then again, just because we are right next to each other, I mean, Denmark and Germany has practically the same legislation. To that end. However, if you go to Sweden, for example, which is right next to Denmark, the rules are completely different. They've got Systembolaget. They've got this state institution, which is the only institution that can sell alcohol over a certain strength. I think it's 3.5%.
We have that after a fashion.
Sorry?
We have that after a fashion. The provinces have a
off license.
They get to sell all the alcohol, but they also can license other places to sell alcohol. That was the thing about, but it's under the province, so it's different in different places. For example, I lived in Ontario for a little while, and there the only place you could buy alcohol was the LCBO, except for a few winery shops that have been grandfathered in under pre-existing and they were trying to get rid of them, basically. So you could only buy alcohol up till 9 o'clock. I mean, aside from going to a bar. Mm-hmm. Whereas in British Columbia, you've got like the BC liquor stores that are open till 9. They're government owned, and they're probably a bit cheaper. But if you want to get something from the pub, they'll have an added beer and wine and liquor store. They can do that. And yeah, I don't know. We're less uptight, and as a French ex-boyfriend of mine used to call them squareheads than the Ontarian.
They don't call it the left coast for nothing, right?
Blockheads, more like. I'm like, yeah, no, that's actually that works. That works. You can hate those English people. Just know that the BC English people are not like that.
BC and Alberta are pretty much, we could be our own country and have a completely different culture from the rest of Canada, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I don't want that, because all the conservatives that come into BC that are responsible for that blue streak in the election, they're retired Albertans mostly. And that's the thing, is that the good thing about BC is that it's not Alberta.
That's true too. Actually, BC pretty much has its own culture for sure.
We do.
Alberta, by the way, is pretty much Canada's version of Texas, you might say. It's got all the oil.
Yep.
Got all the cowboys. It's cowboys.
It's got all the paranoid Christian right-wing conspiracy theorists who are afraid that the government will take their Bibles.
Well, yeah, but they never really. It's silly, because here in Canada's fairly secular nation for sure. Now the next step, they keep changing the words to our national anthem. And
please take out "under God."
Yes, and there is talk of that happening. So, yeah, it's some minor under rumblings, but it could happen. I mean, they just changed to be more inclusive for all genders. They just changed in all our sons command into all of us command. So,
and Andrew Scheer was pissing about it, and I'm like, that's actually closer to the original, which was gender neutral. So
yes, it was. That's correct.
Piss off, bitch. Sorry, I don't mean to get you monetized, but I'd like Andrew Scheer to take a long walk off a short pier.
That rhymes, man. I got to use that in a lyric.
I didn't even think of that.
That's what I do, man. I write lyrics. I got fucking words everywhere here written down. And we just got a new bass player too. Well, we're hoping he's going to be. I was telling Rene this a little earlier.
Yeah.
And he's he's literally the best bass player I played with. And I played for over 25 years I've been playing. And he's the only one that I've seen been able to keep up with our drummer. We call our drummer the ADHD drummer because he just goes off on these fucking tangents. Very, very reminiscent of Dennis Chamberlain from the Smashing Pumpkins, of how he goes all those weird jazz tangents that he goes on. Like there's a video, I posted a link to a video with him and a couple other players, and he's in lead. He leads the whole session, and he keeps going off on these really cool ass tangents, and the other players are following right along with him. And it's one of the coolest shit I've ever heard. There's no singing involved. It's just all musical, but it's fantastic.
They're just riffing.
Yeah. And it's just unbelievable, the change ups that they do. They go from like a 6/4 time to like a 13-7 time, and I'm just like, what?
Damn.
how's that even possible?
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Richard Strauss is like that. You look at Richard Strauss's fucking hell. I was doing arias from the Rosenkavalier, which is one of his less crazy ones, not like Electra. And he was changing, it was like every
Time signatures.
3 bars, he was changing time signatures.
Yeah.
And like at one point there was a 5, was it 5/8 or 5/4? I have to look at the sheet music. It's been a couple of years, but it was that same thing where like, the fuck, I need to hear this first so I can get an idea of the feel, because just looking at it in the paper is making me want to smash my head.
Mark Caesar's asking back sort of to the topic of alcohol. He asked this a little while ago, and I forgot to show that because I think it's a good question. Is distilling spirits legal in Canada? Technically, no, but people do it all the time. So, I mean, we have a lot of, especially in the Okanagan, where there's a lot of fruit trees out there. So, a lot of the fruit that's rotting and falls to the ground, people run out there and collect, and they make their own stills in their yard, and they come up with their own Okanagan Valley moonshine, basically. So.
Well, there's a couple places that have opened up though that have gone legit. I guess there's that place that does something with coffee, like a vodka and coffee blend.
Oh, the fusion thing.
Yeah, the fusion, but they make their own vodka, but then they do different flavored things. And I've been there. They have really good stuff. They do a really interesting coffee, which granted I don't think would be.
How does vodka and coffee go together?
Very carefully.
Usually in one cup, Just kidding.
In my belly.
You like take a swig and then take a swig of coffee. Take another swig, take a swig of coffee. Sorry, I'm very animated.
I mean, in Germany, we I don't know if you know this as a drink, but in Germany we have what we call vodka bull. It's vodka mixed with Red Bull, like Red Bull.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's enough to give you a heart attack. At least if you're drinking,
we have it here
like,
too.
Drinking quantities of vodka, because if you're out drinking with your friends, you're not just going to have one glass of whatever the hell it is, unless you're the DD. That much, several heart attacks. All of the heart attacks.
Another popular one here is the Jägermeister with Red Bull. And I've tried that, and it literally tastes like you're drinking cough syrup. It's just disgusting.
I don't know if y'all have it in where y'all live, but there's a drink that I've come across recently called C4, and it's an energy drink with
explode.
It'll make your brain explode because the thing has around 200 milligrams of caffeine per bottle.
Wow.
Per bottle.
Wow.
That's like one what do they call one wake up pill? It's 250 milligrams of caffeine.
If you want a wake up pill, just eat chocolate covered espresso beans.
Yes.
They're fucking delicious. And if you don't have a natural caffeine pill, that's as caffeine pill as you're going to get out of the real world. But has anyone seen? God, I actually think it was a couple of years now. There was that crazy Christian woman who was trying to convince everyone that the Monster energy drinks were really saying.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I shared that actually.
That woman was nuts.
They
I
look
shared
like
that on my personal Facebook a while back.
They look like the Hebrew letter. That would be the sixth one, right? So
right. And something about their O was stylized like the Greek letter phi. And so because there was a point where a line crossed through another line, which as we all know is a wildly, freakish thing that never occurs. She decided that you were putting the cross upside down, which was laughing at Jesus if you drank it.
Rene, I think you wanted to say something and we just carried on. So
sorry.
That's okay.
I wanted to share sort of a story about energy drinks. Because when I was in 10th grade, we had to within our class, like physical exercise, we had to jump over a bar, like in order to get a good grade. And I was good at that at all, and I had a lot more weight on. So what I did is I got myself 2 cans of Red Bull and drank it right before the class.
Oh, jeez.
If that didn't totally
Did it
hyperactive after that.
Did it work? Did you jump the barrel?
Okay. And
You must have been like Ricochet Rabbit.
I didn't get a good grade, but yeah, like super hyperactive. I was totally scared when I was feeling like totally active, what that stuff might do to me. It's not healthy to drink too much Red Bull.
Oh God, no! I can't stand those drinks, anyways. Once in a blue, they have one called Rockstar, and gee, I wonder why I drink that one. But anyway, they have the mocha one, so it's a coffee flavored one that I drink once in a while.
Okay, well that's less terrible.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. But I might drink 1 or 2 every year, so I don't really.
Yeah, there's no need for more than that. If I just
regular coffee works good.
If I need it, I love my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Praise be unto coffee, who gives us reason in the morning.
The godly beans. Yeah, we have a lot of really good coffee places here in the Lower Mainland. So.
Oh yeah, you do. God,
coffee may be the only one thing in the world I like more than beer.
Coffee? My two favorites as well, beer and coffee.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually one of my favorite things to come out of Germany is Bach's cantata. He actually wrote a cantata, a secular cantata, about a woman who loves coffee so much she won't leave the house, and her father bans her from having coffee until she gets married, because she won't get married. And then she does this whole thing where she's like, okay, I'll get married, but only if it's written into the marriage articles, then I can have a giant bowl of coffee every day. And I'm like,
a bowl of coffee.
That's my girl.
I'm going to drink this bowl of coffee.
Can you put a link to that cantata up on Twitter?
I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, there's got to be a performance of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
It'd be wonderful. I'm a huge Bach fan. My mother was actually a trained organist, so I was kind of I kind of grew up on that.
I love classical music.
So you heard "Give Us This Day Our Daily Bach."
Give us
no, but I heard a lot of organ works.
No, that's something a lot of musicians will say about, just because Bach is so.
Okay.
Coffee cantata. Hold on.
What's this? David or Critical Cripple in the chat says this was a little while ago. Already past 10. Well, no, not quite past 10 minutes, but he's running away to see for Talk Heathen.
Oh yeah, they're
This is what I get for going on at 9 in the morning, right?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. It's almost 2 in the afternoon here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wait, where are you? You're in Texas, aren't you? Because it's 11 here.
North Carolina.
Oh, I thought
North Carolina.
So you're pretty east.
Oh, you're 3 hours.
Over here it's 1951. It's almost 8 p.m. over here.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's
you're 8 hours.
Yeah, it's like 13:53 here.
You guys all talking all military. You're turning me on now.
That's the only time
I didn't know you swang that way, Neil.
Well, you know.
Bible Belt. What can we call you? Should we call you Bible Belt or whatever?
What do you mean?
Well, you were called the Bible Belt Atheist. That's just difficult to use as a name. But you're saying you're in North Carolina, and that's quite interesting because of one of the projects I'm doing right now on YouTube. So what can I call you for short? You can call me Hot.
BBA.
Yeah, BBA, I guess.
BBA. Wonderful. Okay, because there's this Danish dude. He's called Torben, and he ran a cult compound some few kilometers from where I now live. I moved from Copenhagen some months ago. However, he was revealed as a fraud on national Danish television, and
Nice.
he moved to the United States, where he has now actually sought asylum. It's completely idiotic because he's not persecuted by any authorities or anything in Denmark. It's just because he received quite a lot of hate from private persons because of the things that he did.
Because he was a fraud, and people
Yes.
don't like being lied to for some reason.
For some reason, exactly. Now, the interesting thing, he actually not exactly bought. He rented a new cult compound somewhere in North Carolina. And his name is Torben Sondergaard. If you're interested, I could send you some material about him, because we are a couple of people who I'm in contact with some of his former proselytes one former proselyte, one who was close to one who had her life ruined by the cult.
God,
And
Yeah.
they would really, I mean, we are working together to see if we can stop what he's doing, because he's starting all over again with gathering people around him to defraud him of their money and their life and
it would be good
that.
if they could get the same information that came out on your whatever television program that exposed him, and see if you could play it in North Carolina. Unfortunately, in some cases that won't. Some people are deeply enough indoctrinated that, but.
Well,
Yeah.
I can understand the money thing, but what's like the main thing that he's going about that's culty? I've never heard of him.
No, he has a following which actually has quite a far reach. He has followers all over the world. Only he doesn't have that many. So what he does primarily, he has these courses. One is called the Kickstart and one is called the Pioneer Training School. And basically what he does is to teach people how to be disciples, how to go out and pray for people, heal people.
Is he the one who
faith healing.
pretended he was Jesus?
There's a few of them that are like that.
Yeah, that would be. I don't think he specifically does that. He's been on on Pat Robertson's channel a couple of times. He's a tall, bald-headed guy. But anyway, and he also has this thing that he baptizes people in water. So that's the three things. And also he does a lot of exorcism and that stuff.
Okay.
Exorcism is always fun. But yeah, that doesn't sound all that crazy unless he has a compound. That's pretty standard televangelist bullshit.
Yeah.
And it is situated somewhere in North Carolina. No, the destructive things that he's been doing. He's been doing exorcisms on sick people and basically made them a lot more sick.
No.
There's an awful story about a handicapped girl, and you can hear that in one of my videos, where it's told how this girl who was mentally handicapped had her life completely ruined by him because she was exposed to some kind of violent exorcism for hours in one of his compounds.
No.
That's shitty.
What a bastard.
It's very it's awful. It's absolutely awful, and that's why when I became aware that you're in North Carolina, you might have, access to some information. I don't know how big North Carolina is.
It's fairly big.
Okay,
going from one east to west end of the state is probably about 7 8 hour drive.
7 8 hour drive. Okay.
Welcome to
people
the
in Europe are
conversation, Mikey.
But I think one of the guys that I've contacted to knows where this compound is, so I could send you the information, and you could find out if it's close to where you are.
Yeah, I'm interested. It's just I just have never heard of this guy, so I have very little info to go on.
As I said, he may have a following all over the world, but it isn't very big. So it's not that weird that you haven't heard of him, but it's something that I'm following very, very, very closely. So anyone who maybe be able to help, I really welcome that.
Yeah,
it might be worth
cool.
sending some links in on, like he said he was on with Pat Robertson, who, I mean, if there was ever a time to put someone in a frickin' home.
Oh, yeah.
I just love the way BB...
he lost whatever, the 3 marbles he ever had are gone.
They rolled out a while ago.
Yeah.
I just love the way BB is driving right now. It's like, fuck this fence. Fuck this tree.
Well, I'm kind of driving around a mine right now, so.
Okay.
Fuck, who needs this? Fuck this tree. Fuck
Those gaming cars are always so sturdy, aren't they?
Well, I've got damage control turned off, so whatever I do, there's not going to be any damage to the car.
Sweet.
Nice.
I saw you land on the roof, and it seems to be fine. So you're doing okay. So I'm just questioning, how did you get your license again?
It literally, I don't know if you saw one of my recent videos where I talked about that. Talked about the top 10 drivers.
Yes.
It literally, I got my license and I came out, and my mother told me that it takes her longer to renew her license than it took me to actually get mine.
It's the other way around here. It takes a long time to get your license here in Canada. We have a graduated licensing process here now, which was never in when I got my license. So now you have to start out. You get a red.
I got my license right on the border, so like a couple years ahead of me didn't have to do that shit. I was so pissed off.
Yeah, that kind of sucks because you start out with a learner's L. It's a red one on the back of your, like a magnet that you put on the back of your car. Then you graduate to an N, which classifies you as a new driver. And then if you're really shitty, you get a B, which classifies you as a bad driver. No, I'm just kidding. Just a bad driver.
No, we don't have any of that. We just have the learner's permit and then the regular driver's license.
I have an A, stands for asshole driver. So
I think it took me about.
So did you ever get that sign that Carlin had? Sorry, go ahead.
That's right.
I have an S for Speed Demon.
I think it took me about 20 minutes to get my license, to do the test and everything.
Yeah. Well, if
it took me about 10.
Yeah,
it's a contest now. I got mine in 4 seconds. Fuck you guys.
It just showed up one day. I turned 16. It was just there.
Yeah, it just came out.
Midnight.
The license fairy came and left it in your sleeve under your pillow.
It was under my pillow when I woke up.
Yeah.
Best coffee mug ever, man.
Yeah. What'd you leave underneath your pillow to get?
So at the little Halloween
shop,
in a
form left under the pillow.
At the Halloween shop. At the Halloween shop, they had some cool mugs, and then my girl got this. Hold on, let me spin it.
Pizza Planet, awesome.
Delivery shuttle.
Pizza Planet from Toy Story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I'm hip now.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, I know that.
Does anyone else remember when Jack Skellington was in James and the Giant Peach?
Yes.
No,
I don't.
I didn't catch that.
He was in that ship at the bottom of the ocean or whatever they were doing.
Yep.
Oh, was he? That makes sense.
Yeah. Next time you watch it, you can pause on it, and he's right there. Yeah, it was a little tribute. It's kind of like when.
James and the Giant Peach.
Well, it's very similar to because what's his name there? Tim Burton. And there's anyways, they have the same little trade out because Burton was one of the producers for James and the Giant Peach as well. It's a lot like the Spielberg George Lucas tie-in, whereas in E.T. you see Yoda costume at the Halloween, and then of course
there's just
There's the
touch
prequels.
point. And I mean,
Hang on. There's the prequels.
and it ties into the whole Pixar universe.
Well, in the Senate, you see
Sorry, go ahead.
in the Senate in one of the prequels, you see the levels where all the different species are, and you see the ET species down in there, which is kind of cool. Yeah, there's a scene there.
It was the prequels. I was only half paying attention, but
there's like 75 aliens on that scene, so you could have missed them.
Oh yes.
there
They
were a
showed
lot
them.
of weird aliens.
I have to go for a second, but I'll be right back.
Okay,
All right.
don't worry, we'll leave you in the chat. Okay, he's gone. Let's talk evil things about him.
All right, now good. Now we can say what we've been mean. Now we can be honest.
Yeah.
Fucking Rene.
Mean to say about Rene though, like
I'm sick of how
that's the
calm.
problem.
I'm sick of how calm he is all the time. It pisses me off.
All right,
Yeah, he does keep his cool. With some people, I want to.
He's fucking irritating with his measured
their
way
head.
of looking at things. It's so infuriating.
and I just broke my fucking headphone.
No.
Attaboy, Neil.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See. Oh yeah. That's great.
Oh,
Yeah, that's great. Yep.
You gotta get some. Just invest in some gamer ones, man.
I had some Sennheisers, but the fucking they broke.
Gamer. Gotta
They
get
were.
gamer.
Okay.
Sennheiser they make gamer shit. I thought they just like made production shit.
They have a gaming headset too. Come on.
Reminds me
wouldn't
of the original Pink Panther films. You get that blimp on the head.
Yeah.
Wile E. Coyote Anvil.
You can get it. You can get quite the concussions from such a blimp.
Oh, Mr. David Worley has shown up. Hello, David.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's got a great show too. The DRP podcast or whatever.
It's awesome.
I have to get
listen to it from time to
subscribed
time.
to everybody. I need a list.
Well,
I've
you're
been
in
so out of
luck.
the loop lately, but
You're in luck, Lilith. Do you follow my friend Randolph Richardson?
I think so. On Twitter?
Yes. He has a list of all the atheist. Mark's just got buy Neil some new headphones. He's got my wish list on there now. Now it's critical. Randolph has a list that's got all the atheist YouTubers that are pretty much worthwhile following, and of course he'll add new ones as they come up. He just added you guys, actually, Veritas Voices, to that list, by the way. So
There's a couple errors on the list because I think I made it.
Well, that's an honor.
You're not an error, dude.
Oh, good. So he's
I'm on
the
there.
Listen,
president of Canadian Atheists. We
I'm
couple
going
times.
places.
Oh, cool. Fucking hang on a second. These things are just like it's like I broke a limb. So I have some of the in-ear ones I'll use for the moment. Just want to hear.
Yay, earbuds.
I hate earbuds now. I'm so above it all. You know, if it's not a fucking $100+ over-ear headphone set, I can't. No, you got to get. That's what I'm saying. You got to go with like.
I mean, that's fine.
You got to get some Astros, some Turtle Beaches. They're designed to be on your head for way too long. So.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
Oh, Renee's back. Everybody, stop talking about him.
Beats are pretty much the best. The best. At least I
like. Beats are
back
dope,
for, I think,
but Beats are cool, but they're kind of
but we were pretending to say
Okay, the
things
thing about
behind your
Beats,
back.
the thing about Beats, they are overpriced, but I've had mine for 3 years, and I blast the shit out of them every time, and they are still working like new.
But that you can do the same with a set of like Turtle Beaches or something like
Beats
that, and they'll be like half the price.
But I mean,
But-
when I first got my Beats, which I think was for my 18th birthday, there were Beats for, I think, 50, 100, and 200, and also 500. Like, there's ranges with price, but with quality. I think you shouldn't have to spend 500 euros for Beats, but quality also has its price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think,
and you mentioned the gamer
Beats
stuff.
for
The
50
gamer
euros
stuff
are
is,
probably not worth more.
well, what I want is I want some gamer stuff because I want to actually start putting together some quality videos for my own channel as well. And for that, I kind of need, I kind of need a computer that could do a little more than my current one, not surprisingly. So I'm going to, I've been looking into it. And I'm like, you really want the processing speed, just gamer computers. They're already set up.
Alienware. That's what I got.
Alienware.
Oh yeah. Wait, the only. What does he say?
What's that then?
Didn't
Rachel Oates on. Oh, Dave's gonna have Rachel Oates on. Awesome.
Oh, nice. I love Rachel.
But she doesn't really have a deconversion story, so
Well,
That's
neither did
true.
I.
Some people,
that's true.
Yeah.
I had to make one up
some
on the
people were
spot.
lucky.
I used to be a Baptist. Brothers and sisters.
Until I took an arrow to the knee.
Southern Baptist, if I could be so bold to state.
Right. Yeah, doesn't matter.
So it was crazy and fucked with your head, but at least you got really good recipes out of it. Is that about it?
You're talking about me?
Yeah. Southern Baptist.
Oh no, I didn't. I'm a weirdo. I don't eat like soul food and Southern cooking and shit like that. I have way too much respect for my body. It tastes good, but goddamn, is it bad for you? It is so bad for you.
I grew up, at least part of it, a Canadian form of Baptist, which is less extreme. And there was still, it was all about the casseroles, and the potlucks.
Southern Maple Baptist.
Oh, okay. Well, we were Southern, but we were still eating a lot. So there was always, everybody had their special dish that they brought.
Moose Maple Baptist.
Moose Maple Baptist.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah, that works.
Why not?
How is he doing his screen like that? Because I'm gaming too. I want to do that. How do you do that?
I'm using XSplit.
Ow.
Oh, are three of us gaming?
Yeah. It's Sunday.
True.
Time to get that XP, baby. Baby!
Yeah.
I got some, dude. The amount of little ridiculous racist kids that are still on Xbox never ceases to amaze me.
Hey, I
God.
prefer Xbox.
They're just so.
This is why I
bad.
don't play social on my Xbox. I'm like, I have my Skyrim and I'm playing my game. The rest of the world can fuck off. If I wanted to be social, I would go outside.
Ew, outside.
What's that like?
I know there's sun and grass and animals and
I'm allergic.
Outside play. I've never heard of it.
It's if they may take you out and subject you to it sometimes if your friends think you need to get out more.
Not your real friends.
Yeah. But beware if they might try and lure you out with beer. Bring sunglasses. The glare really messes with your head.
See, this is one of the most common misconceptions. Beer
Well,
can
if they
be
have
drank
beer,
in
then
the
they
mouth.
definitely have a good tactic.
Yeah, don't let your friends lie to you. You can drink that same beer in the house. Like, they're lying.
You absolutely can.
You can drink that right in the comfort of your own home.
He's driving around on his roof.
No, I flipped over. But it's fine because I was wanting to go here anyways.
Hopswatch is in the chat. Where'd he go? He disappeared. Maybe he's got to pee. Beer. You only rent beer. It goes right through you. He says I haven't promoted him yet. Did I not promote?
Promoted who?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry,
no, you just have to give us the link to that list to make sure we got all the lists and then we subscribe to all the people.
Is IQ still in? Or David, you know where Randolph keeps that list of everybody. Maybe pop a link in the chat there.
Oh, my game just ended. Give me 2 seconds. I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Mike's like, I'm on this shit.
I got it.
Woohoo!
I should say soul food free Mikey is on this shit.
Yeah, dude. I eat good. I eat good, healthy food.
What game are you playing, by the way?
I'm just saying every once in a while, you gotta just have a little soul. Just a little.
No.
Yeah. No. Fuck that. No. See, he's kind of like a young Earth creationist in that fashion. It's like he's not bending. He's not changing his mind.
The link has been posted in the chat.
Oh, has it? That hasn't come up for me yet.
Maybe it's the Canadian portions that save me because we don't eat food on the plate. So, my sister traveled a lot for work, and she went down to the States. She's like, every time, everything was so much fat, and the portions were freaking bigger than your head. Yep. And I was like, I don't want that.
That's America for you.
Yeah,
that's America for you.
So I loved about Texas. The portions are even bigger there.
Yeah, and so are their asses.
And it looks like Hopswatch brought his kitty,
his
kitty cat out with him. His kitty snake. Or sorry, his kitty eating snake. That's right.
Oh, it's only eating mice.
Oh, is it?
As far as food goes, I have at one point watched a video from Watch Mojo. It's they sort of published top 10 lists, and what they did have, I think, in one occasion was what one would call a T-Rex burger. It's like a burger with 11 bullets in it. Or with 11,
oh, God.
That's awesome.
What do you call the meat inside it?
Trash.
I don't know.
It's a burger and sort of 2 patties and 11 meat things within it. It's quite disgusting.
Wow.
11 patties?
See? This is why the world makes fun of us.
Yeah. I can see like one time as a novelty thing you share it with 5 friends, but
that's insane.
I can't even, it doesn't go in your mouth.
Oh, I'll make it happen.
It's a T-Rex burger. It's like 2 buns. Yeah, you eat the burger like that, like.
Yeah, come on.
Like a giant corn cob on the side, through the meat.
Like the Japanese provided like sushi to the planet, and then America's like, "Ooh, I'll fry it and put cheese on it." It's like, you're embarrassing us.
Oh, dude, I know. Cheese. I love cheese.
Like the same also rings true for pizza. Like
we haven't fried pizza yet. Oh my God, I'm gonna be rich.
Oh, if you fry pizza, you're going to have diabetes in a second.
In America, they have like these. But in America, they also have like these Chicago deep dishes, what they're called. I think.
Deep dish pizza.
As a European, those pretty much look like an abomination.
Well, what about in Glasgow some years ago? I remember they had a deep fried Mars bar.
Yeah.
As a snack.
We can get those here at the P&E.
That's a county fair kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah. They also have deep fried butter. Okay, so.
Oh my God! Yeah, deep fried
butter sticks. Not a joke. It's real.
People. I know. It's just insanity.
I do like deep fried ice cream. That's really good, actually.
Do you remember that?
Like Baked Alaska kind of thing.
Yep.
But
When they had that,
obviously,
when they had that on The Simpsons, where Homer's yelling at Bart, Bart's like, my heart hurts. He's like, as long as you're a son of mine, you butter that bacon.
Butter that bacon, yeah.
bacon that sausage.
Yeah, bacon that sausage.
I will. I'll eat any kind of bacon.
Dad,
Pretty much.
my heart hurts.
Why do they call like certain kinds of ham Canadian bacon? We do not. That is not.
It's not. It's a misnomer. They in the U.S. they pretty much think that because we have Canadian back bacon, which is a specific cut off the back rather than the belly, and the bacon you usually see in strips is belly bacon. Now in Europe, they have European back bacon, which is actually more where it's got a little bit of the belly bacon along with the side bacon that looks, and it's a little bit more oblong shape. That's the kind we used to get when I worked at a pizza joint called Bella Pizza. And it's more, and it's got a little bit of the fat and it's got a little bit of the back bacon in it. And it's a lot better for you, I guess, than the strict belly bacon because it doesn't have all the fat in it. And we basically take the back part of it, the upper side of it, and it looks a lot like ham. So it got misidentified as ham.
This is the funny thing. I didn't know any of that. And I live in bacon country.
Mm.
Did you know that there how does it go again? I think not only is Denmark the only country where there are more pigs than people, but we're also the country which has most pigs in the country in the whole world.
Okay. Move to Denmark.
Right. Why aren't we in Denmark now? Like, what are we doing without that?
Beer, bacon, you guys got it all covered.
Yeah.
Bring some extra beer, Rene, and then we'll just.
The problem, one of the problem that it brings is that farming is a huge industry in Denmark, and unfortunately, it's not very many people who actually does it. So we have these enormous farms that have acres and acres and acres and huge industrial compounds, really, where they foster up pigs in an industrial way. So it's not humane in any way at all. It's industrialized through and through, and these very few people who have these enormous farms also have enormous power because the pork export is so important.
The bacon mafia.
Yeah. It is.
Jeez.
You know,
do they leave a separate pig's head in your bed if you crop them?
My cousin Tony said you're running a little late on your protection money. It'd be too bad.
I'll make you enough and you can't refuse.
It'd really be too bad if something happened to your little pig dispensary over here. If you give me that payment right on time, you know.
If you said that to Danish politicians, you've had you would have the. You'd have our intelligence service on your heels right away. They don't joke about that. You don't tell jokes about that. You'll have not only the industry but also the authorities on your heels. The very same way. I've been on Twitter a couple of times, and I wrote a couple of, in the feeds of relatively insignificant people. And there's this guy who's more or less the internet troll of the pork industry.
You wake up with a pig's head in your bed. Sorry.
Almost. No. No.
Yeah,
They would never waste any pork on that. And things, stuff like that, you know.
There's some good eating there.
Exactly. No. There's this guy, and his name is, I think it's Flemming Møller. And the minute you type something critical of the Danish pork industry, the Danish agriculture industry, he's in your feed, and he's saying that's a lie, and no, that's not true, and he's all over you.
Oh, he's the Fredo of the whole situation.
To say good things about the. Okay.
Yeah.
Creepy, but.
Pretty, yeah.
So he exists just to lie about the industry and make sure that nobody can say anything bad about it without being.
Well, he's an intimidation tool, obviously.
At least he's on Twitter, because I mean they're not sending let me think of a generic mob name. Tony. They're not sending Tony over there to tune you up with a tie iron. You know, they just got a guy on Twitter.
Yeah. Nobody's coming over with white ties and violin cases.
I hope they are not watching this stream. You're giving them way too many good ideas.
I mean, if they want to reach out to me on some sort of like consulting, like you scratch my back.
I'll insult you. I'm sorry. You said consult. Never mind. Sorry.
You're
ugly. You haven't worked hard enough to fulfill your dreams. No. It's so true. That's why it hurts. You could be so much further if you actually applied yourself.
Applied yourself? What are you, tape?
I'm sticky to what? I'm sticky like tape.
Yeah, he's kind of right. I haven't been able to shake it.
No, for me and you, it's more like a booger.
Wait, tastes good? Wait, what? Well, they did when I was a kid.
A delicious partnership.
When I was a kid, I got beat up for doing that one time.
You should have. That's nasty.
And as he was beating me up, I was like rubbing it on his face and shit. He had me pinned down, right? So he stopped beating me up.
I'm gonna try that.
I suppose it was a good defensive strategy.
Well, it's better than my other defensive strategy I was using as a bouncer. These guys can tell you that story.
Oh yeah.
Eagle claw.
Yeah, popping out the eyeball. That's a tough one.
Ooh. Yeah, my mom taught us that when we were young.
Yeah.
That's the other great thing about being a girl is you have to teach your children ways to defend themselves against men. So I don't know how old I was when my mom was like, wait till they're distracted and pop their eyes out of their sockets. But it was an interesting discussion.
Not that is a very hilarious story, but you missed all of the Neil pop out story things. That's why that didn't land like you might have expected. Neil, break her off one, Neil. Break her off one of the eyeball stories.
Neil? I can't actually hear Neil.
Oh, you know why? Because I had my mic muted like an idiot.
There we go.
That's better.
And I was talking about the eyeball story too. And you
heard none of that.
I was a bouncer, and this guy came at me with a fishing bat one time, and it's one of those fishing bats with a little hook on it, right? So, and he was drunker than, like, he was really drunk, so he was moving slowly and sluggish. And I figured, okay, this is easy. You just take your thumb and you jam it here, and it pops the eyeball out. And it's easy to you can it basically, because the nerve is about yay long, so you got your eyeballs hanging out a little bit. You just give them a glass of tepid water and send them away. Luckily, there was an ambulance in the parking lot at the time. Yeah, you just pop it right out, and he went to the hospital, and it hurts a lot more putting it back in than it does coming out, because they have to put the optic nerve back in properly, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, it's a tough thing to do, but it does work. And like I always say, when he's looking at you with one eye and his shoe with the other eye, the fight's over. Right? So, and the second time I tried to do it, but it didn't come out all the way, but it came out and it was bulging. And that pretty much, that pretty much ended the fight anyways, because he felt that one.
Good thing I haven't had anything to eat today.
Yeah, I have.
Well,
I just got done eating a bowl of eyeballs.
It's so easy to.
It's easy when you put enough force, and it'll leave bruises. Definitely, it'll leave bruises on the inside, depending on whichever side you decide to go with. I find it easier on this side because you kind of scoop it out than to go this side.
So Renee's 100% right. Talk about fucking intelligent design.
Could we maybe change
the
subject?
But I've only had to use that tactic twice. But it's better than being hit with a bat that has a hook on it. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Have you tried it?
Unfortunate, I've
that's
never had to use
definitely
it.
not such great intelligence
Yeah,
if it's that
exactly.
easy to pop out on
You have
Apple
to think
Watch.
that God's design is anything less than superb.
I mean, if you actually
That's
designed
good,
it,
'cause he's an idiot.
Yeah.
if you actually designed us, you should have totally gave us like the double eyelid thing, like owls have.
Yeah, really.
Something
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, actually, and he should have designed our eyes like the cephalopods, where you don't have the wiring for the eye on top of the retina. Dumbass.
Yep.
How about snake eyes, which are always closed?
Yeah.
However, the eyelid is transparent.
Ooh, I like that. I like
Hmm?
that. No, because then I
I'll
wouldn't be
take
able to sleep. Oh, we can get the little sleep masks. Oh, I'm back on board. Let's do this.
We have little panda ones, little poofy panda.
I like
really
what
cute. You can
Mark
get
Caesar in the chat said my mobster name would be Popeye.
Oh, God. Really well.
That's 604. Yes. I'm for it. Someone get going on that fan art.
I have other nicknames too.
Hey,
One-
you know what?
one of them's
Pork
Dickhead.
guys can send you. Don't make me send Popeye after you.
Yeah, Popeye,
Maybe they can
right.
read pig eyeballs in people's bed.
Oh, me garsk.
Man, it'd be too bad for Popeye had to pay you a visit. You know what I'm saying? So, how about you just make sure that protection money comes on time next week? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you get? We get paid in bacon. I don't know about you.
Ooh. Since we got
We
pulled
get
over,
the $1 strip, the $2 strip, the $5 strip, the $10 strip, the $20 strip. I like
It's
those
just-
$20 strips.
it's just so annoying that they have to keep making the strips again every year because of all the counterfeit strips. You know what I mean?
The counterfeit strips.
It has to just keep redesigning the strip because people keep faking them.
Counterfeit strips. That's called
Oh,
turkey bacon. That's what that is.
Oh,
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say tofu, but I'm not actually certain if turkey bacon is worse. God.
It's terrible.
Pretending that shit is bacon.
It's just like that. You've seen that show? What is it? With the manly man dude, that the guy's like, "Would you like to try some turkey bacon?" He's like, "Yes."
oh,
And he
Nick
hands it to him, and
Offerman.
he throws it in the garbage. Yeah, and that's it. Offerman. He goes, "Can I have another piece?" And the guy's like, "Okay." And he grabs another piece and throws it in the garbage too.
Another, please.
As he should. As he
Yeah.
should.
This isn't bacon.
Yum.
There are many
Mark Caesar,
good
the
things you
$100
can
strips
do with
actually
bacon.
oink.
Or with turkey. There are many good things you can do with turkey. Bacon is not one of them.
That's because turkeys don't have bacon. Like, fuck off with that.
Yeah.
It's like, and then you've got shit like tofurkey. Like,
No,
what
stop
the
it.
hell is that? This
Oh,
is really
God.
easy to cut into.
And I used to be
We want to reduce
vegetarian.
cruelty against animals. So. Yeah?
I used to be vegetarian and pescatarian, and then it was very cute. The girl I was dating at the time, I stayed at her place, and then like for breakfast food, she's like, "I even got you some turkey bacon." I'm like, "Sweetie, that's meat. I don't eat meat." She's like, "Oh, but it's turkey." Damn it! I was like, "Yeah, turkey's meat, barely, but."
On the upside, turkeys are very stupid.
No,
They're mean, too.
Mhm.
that's a.
They're,
You know what?
they're so inbred at this point that they can't mate on their own a lot of the time, and they end up using a turkey baster to facilitate the
Stop
process,
it.
which is just
Stop it.
irony writ large. That's so.
That makes
So
us
wrong.
sound so much worse. It's like, here, I'll impregnate you with what I'm going to use to baste you after I kill you. Like, what is that?
What? I'm not sure I even followed along with that.
Well, they're using the turkey baster for the dead ones to impregnate the other ones.
What do you mean? That's not how you do it?
I've
been doing it wrong this whole time. Holy shit!
That's that I'm a beat a
Try
motherfucker
harder.
with another motherfucker. Pick
But
up the
turkey basters are so much fun. People are confused now. They're like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
Yeah, fuck 2 ways.
Yeah.
You're right, Mark.
Still better sex toys than a turkey baster, let's be honest.
Yeah, okay, you got me there, sure.
No comment.
Somewhere around here, I got one as a gag gift one year, and I don't know. I stashed it somewhere, and it's one of those. You ever seen those toys that you can buy that are filled with like water, and you jiggle them, and they and that you can put your fingers inside them. It looks like one of those things, but it's for male masturbation or something.
A fleshlight.
No, not a fleshlight, but along the same
Same
line.
idea though. Like,
Yeah.
That was a guess. I didn't know that was the name. I gotta get some more coffee.
Oh, I didn't know that was the name. I don't have 6 in my drawer. All different colors.
Out of my mind.
And what is it? The eggs? I saw the eggs online where they expand into a fleshlight type thing or whatever. I don't know. I was looking up
to
see if the baby Jesus got plugged for real, and then that's where I found the egg.
I have one too, but it's really small because I don't need much bigger than that. I'm just kidding. This is one of those, you've seen those commercials for the tactic lights where they light up the whole fucking planet with it. These aren't really as powerful as they make them seem, by the way. I got one.
No, you mean advertising exaggerated? I am shocked, sir.
I know, right? Fuck, come on. What happened to truth in advertising?
Was there ever truth in advertising?
A little bit, maybe.
Yeah, that's
There was, and I'll tell this especially for Rene. He'll understand. I was studying in Germany for half a year. That was back in the year 2000. I've got a German background by myself. My parents are from Germany, by the way. Anyway, and they ran this commercial for a burger at McDonald's that was extra big. That is in German extra groß, and that was spelled in capitals.
Yeah.
I see some of you already know where this is going. So it was spelled in capital letters. So if you spell it in German, groß is spelled with this special double S or SZ. It looks a bit like a B. However, that letter does not exist in
S.
Exactly, yes, and it doesn't exist as a capital letter because it's never in the beginning of a word. So what you do if you have if you want to capitalize it, you simply put two S's instead. So yes, so if you read this advertisement in English instead of in German, it would say that this burger from McDonald's was extra gross. So there is such a thing. There is such a thing as truth in advertising.
Yeah, well, so I guess you could say there is some accidental truth, but at the very least, there's more truth than anything Trump has ever said.
Oh yeah. Well, it does. What did he say once? Yes, that was actually
I think in German there's actually a website where they show how a certain food is advertised and how it actually looks, so you can sort of look up at least certain products what they look like. They put these pictures next to each other, which is kind of funny.
Oh, and scary. I'd figure.
Well, they do have websites where you can get reviews on stuff that's seen on TV.
Yeah.
Right, where you can check out reviews and stuff. I wish I'd known about it before I bought that stupid. I mean, it still works as a flashlight. It's functional, but it's not what they advertise. That's for sure.
You guys keep getting that ad for that stupid solar thing that's like the size of a cell phone, and it says charges every single device ever, and he charges them, and he buys like 4 of them, and it works. I'm like, dude, I don't know what kind of solar panels you got, but that is not enough space to charge up a cell phone. It can't be slightly bigger than my cell phone and then just magically charges. Like, there's no way. but they're selling them.
Not
I'm
if the thing itself is a solar panel. No.
right. Only one side of it is a solar panel. So how the hell is that going to collect enough? I don't know. Maybe he's got some super awesome, super efficient fucking solar panels on that thing. But I'm like, there's no way this works. But he's got enough money to buy advertising, so someone's buying it. Some idiot.
Oh, there are many idiots in the world.
Yep, I consider myself one of them.
We're a proud fraternity.
Yeah.
With a storied history.
How do you turn this fucking thing on? I found one of these. I don't know how I ended up with it, but I found one of these little Xbox 360 earpiece things. And I was thinking, they're Bluetooth capable. I just wonder if they would be compatible with my computer. So I'm charging it up. And if
I don't remember if they work for devices not Xbox.
Why wouldn't they? They're Bluetooth.
Right, but it's an Xbox thing where it works. It will connect to a console. So Bluetooth is the connection, but I don't know if it's just Bluetooth in general. I will look.
For fuck.
And then you broke it.
One thing which I do want to say is I want to give a heads up. I will probably have to leave in 20 minutes because I want to go in 20 minutes to bed because I have to wake up early tomorrow to study.
No problem, man.
So
thanks for hanging out with us for sure. Rene.
No, you can't leave.
Awesome.
You can't leave.
No, you can't.
Like I stay 20 minutes, but after that I will have to go.
That's okay. I'll probably bring it to a close by the time you have to leave anyways. So I have to go paint.
So I'm looking here on Amazon, Neil. It looks like there's a little like a USB adapter that plugs into the Xbox.
Yes, the little thing. Yeah, that you plug in there. Yes.
So I guess you could plug it right into your laptop.
Of course you can. I have a Bluetooth thing. I don't need it though because it's built into the Alienware. It's a built-in Bluetooth, so I can connect. My phone automatically connects to it, so I can actually be on the computer and I can talk to people while I'm on the computer, like I'm talking on the phone without even having to pick it up. So.
Oh, I just received something interesting on my Twitter feed. One of my a guy I follow and who's also following me called Mzansi Source from South Africa. He posted a link on my Twitter feed where the mixture of Merlot and Coca-Cola is actually a thing in other places than just Spain. In South Africa, it seems it's called Catemba. And in Argentina, it's known as Jesus juice.
Jesus juice. I thought that was something else, to be honest, but okay.
In Croatia, it's known as.
Oh, he's always telling you to get on your knees and let you come inside him. Or him come inside you. Hey, don't
give me some of them there Jesus juice.
Get on your knees and say, "Dear Jesus, come into my heart."
Ow.
My idea.
That's dangerous.
That is terrifying.
It doesn't go in.
Actually,
it doesn't do good going in there.
Gross.
I don't want any Jesus juice of any kind anywhere near me.
Yeah.
Don't touch me with your Jesus.
Actually, I think the account is still active. There's an account on Twitter. It's the handles I think Comfort, and these kind of things like one post which he made. We take the Bible very very seriously. It says in the Bible that we don't work on Sabbath, so after the ceremony, our preacher is immediately killed. We gladly take because the preacher is working on the Sabbath when he.
That's awesome.
I love it. Although nothing will ever beat what Joel Osteen said unironically. You've all seen this tweet. I know you have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The don't swallow trying to
seen it.
throat. Jesus comes first.
Ew.
You have seen that. Come on.
Why do you think he's single?
I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay. I'll repeat it. Joel Osteen, who is not single, he's married to another Barbie doll. He's tweeted, "Don't swallow what Jesus is trying to ram, or what Satan is trying to ram down your throat. Jesus comes first."
It's still funny the second time around.
Wow.
And then people look at me with a straight face. I'm like, how come you don't believe in God? Oh, come on, man. Come on.
I remember waking up that one morning and there was Satan unzipping, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa. This spot is for Jesus only.
Jesus comes first.
Wait your turn, dirty boy.
Although that looks pretty big, buddy.
Yeah.
You could probably play jump rope with that bitch.
I'm just saying later. I'm not saying.
Jesus is a bottom. Like, come on. Smack me again. Tell me I'm a dirty savior.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's going to be fun to have you on my show, Lilith.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, we just hear Jesus bitching. I thought it was a St. Andrew's cross.
Hey, Neil, remember that meme that I made about being monetized?
Yeah. Don't worry.
I'm guessing this is not going to qualify.
It's a pretty funny one. It's basically got me sitting here like this. Like something about I can't remember the exact words, but I'll find it here.
It was what was it? God, now I can't remember it.
The moment you realize like your channel could be monetized, and then you remember who your friends are.
Yeah. Remember who you call friends. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It's like
yeah. Truth is, I now that I moved, I'm going to get back on my channel a lot and start putting out some really regular content. At some point, I do want to get
out, guys. It's going to start putting out
because it's a lot. Because then I can just be me and be uncensored. Because let's face it, I'm never going to be quite what YouTube would like.
No,
there's this beautiful thing called Patreon.
That's right.
Exactly.
You can support the content creators that you enjoy, even though that we don't exactly all fit into the algorithm. So,
yeah,
true,
exactly.
true. We might offend its delicate sensibilities.
Mm-hmm.
So if I start a Patreon, I'm having trouble, because you know how you can do Patreon and you can have like rewards, I guess, for different tier levels.
Correct.
Right? Like, what do you do for like what should I do? Like level 1, you get a sticker, or level 2, you like I can make T-shirts and give away T-shirts for like $20 or above, right?
Yeah, that's the easiest stuff to do. But then like, it's difficult. I think it's more challenging for you, Neil, because a lot of the Patreon first couple tier stuff is like private hangouts and like
I could do that.
To access or admin status on like Discord servers and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't have to be like, and now you get a watch for your 15. Doesn't have to be crazy like
a new car.
Get a car. Like for my peoples, I've got like four peoples now who support me on Patreon. Thanks, guys. But it's just like I sent them my music, and then I hang
That's
out.
A good idea. That's a good idea.
Little stuffs, little cool things. Hang out with them when you can. Yeah, everyone in this sphere is pretty chill. They're not looking for the world. So
yeah, really, I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna have my Patreon go higher than about a $5 level. So.
Well, that's the beauty of it. They can do whatever they want. you can set up tiers or you can not set up tiers, and then it's just whatever they give.
Yeah, that's actually, I think, the best idea.
I can let you
people get early access. I'd also really like to have, I'd like to have patrons who wanted to, you know, ask questions, contribute to the conversation, be like, this is something that I don't get about evangelical Christianity or something, and like, or vote on, you know, one of 3 topics or whatever. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. That's another.
I'd love
because that interaction is kind of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were finished.
No, I was just saying I'd love to have that.
Yeah, like that whole interaction thing it's good for everybody involved because the patrons get to have some input on what they're financing, which is dope. And then if you're a content creator, it's sometimes hard to come up with ideas all the time. So it's nice to know that like I know this idea will land because this is their idea.
For sure.
Like I know that at least this percentage or a vast majority of my people will love this because it was their idea for me to talk about it or to make a video about it.
Good idea.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why you create content, or why you should create content is to communicate with people, which, you know, guys, what do you want to know? Tell me. It's better if you can bring that element of dialogue to it.
Yeah, me especially, because I can never think of what to talk about.
You could talk about video games.
I do a lot better with a prompt. Give me a prompt and I can go forever, but I need something.
I know what I mean. If I ever get that many subscribers or that much interest about my channel, I know what my tiers are going to be called. They're going to be called Quaffers, Guzzlers, Swiggers, and Sippers. It's the thing I say in the beginning of all my videos. So Quaffers will be the top level.
I see.
I named mine after like comic book hangouts.
I don't even know what that is.
Like comic book, like so. One tier is the Bat Cave. I got I got Stark Tower, the Sanctum Sanctorum, and then I think for my $20 one was like the
Arkham Asylum.
Fortress. It should be.
Bart Simpson Treehouse.
The Fortress of Solitude. Is the top one.
Yeah, what was that? What was that fucking? What about the what do you call it? The Justice League place? What do they call that one? The Watchtower.
The Watchtower. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Justice League is cool, but I feel like
I had no idea they were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Same thing.
I feel like
I have Wonder Woman come to your door. Have you heard the good news?
Oh my God! Yes! I heard it. Please don't kill me. Don't smash my skull with your hands.
Oh, please! You'd be like, please come in and tell me more.
I've been naughty.
Oh, that's cool. Did you pay your money this month? I did. I swear to you. Let me get this laptop out real quick. Oh, we're gonna get in some. I didn't pay shit. I'll never plan on paying shit. Her tits are great. Oh yeah, I'm killing this. Can't do it. I don't trust Wonder Woman. I can't lie to her. I don't trust her.
What? You ever heard?
You can't lie to her because she has the lasso of truth. So apparently
he
needs to lie to women.
Oh.
Sometimes a little subterfuge is good.
Dun dun dun.
I don't think she's gonna say, "Does my ass look fat in this?" and then wrap you in the lasso of truth.
I guarantee you that would be the first. What do you think about my mother, really, lasso? And I'm like, oh, shit. Were you just looking at? Were you just looking at a hot girl? And then I have to say yes, or else.
Looking is one thing, my friend. It's acting upon it. That's an entirely different thing.
There's a quality of looking too. There's like, oh, nice, or totally creep. Yeah, like where you think like I can take her clothes off in my mind and pretend at me. You're like,
to be honest, that's not my fault because I can't always control that. Sometimes that happens
Mikey,
all the time.
a psychology point here for you. Never start a sentence with "to be honest," because more than likely you're lying. That's why they use that.
So Neil's got that rope too, huh? All right.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Well, that's how I know the Gospel of John is the most bullshit of all the Gospels, because every 3 seconds it's, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. The truth.
Yeah. So are used car salesmen.
Totally. 100%.
Now would I lie? Yeah.
Probably.
To make a sale, you'd probably do anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Including kill your firstborn. Oh, way to get all biblical, Neil.
Yeah. Oh, that would be quite biblical.
Oh, yeah. And then God comes and goes, wait, I'm just kidding.
When I murder you.
Not always.
No, I know. But
Jefferson's
the Abraham
daughter.
I know.
Would I deceive you guys with an entire religion?
But that was a bet. I promise you, I'll kill the first thing that comes out of my house. Like, why would you even say that to begin with?
In fairness, God does seem to fuck people about a great deal with bets. That's his thing, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's why I never walk in front of somebody's house. Never know.
Mark Caesar's got a great idea. It's funny as fuck here, actually. He says, here's an idea. Set up your Patreon with Tears of a Clown. Tears of a Clown.
Smokey Robinson. Good shit, brother. Double.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Can I just say one completely random thing now that we still got Rene on, and I want to share this with all of you. An interesting little detail about the Muppet Show.
Oh.
I love the Muppet Show.
It's absolutely awesome. Did you know that the Swedish chef, the Swedish chef, and I mean, in Germany, you basically synchronize everything you show on television. The Swedish chef in Germany is actually the Danish chef.
Really?
He is.
Ah.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that? Okay. Well, you may. I absolutely hate myself for saying this, but are you too young? Are you actually too young for having seen the Muppet Show on a regular basis?
He is.
Oh, I think he is. Yes.
Yeah, I guess you would be.
He's 22.
I'm 22 only.
Yeah. And do you know what he's called in Swedish?
Yeah.
The Swedish chef. By the way.
What?
The American stupid idea?
No. He is called. Now, drum roll. The Swedish chef.
What? Really? They actually stuck with it?
Yep.
Wow. That's great. That's awesome. That's like saying, okay, we get it. That's funny. We'll stick with it.
Yeah, exactly. And for some reason, the Germans thought that he sounded more like a Dane, which is not really flattering, but still awesome in a way.
Poor Swede.
Well, you get your own little tie to the Muppets now.
Yeah.
It's good. It's always good to be tied to the Muppets.
Yeah. Hell yeah. If I could have Animal as my drummer, I'd be all over that.
Yo, the animal scene with him doing Fever with Homegirl is the funniest thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
Fever! Fever!
And he's just going wild on the drums. It is the funniest.
Oh, yeah. Of course he is.
Me too would have had Animal right the fuck out of here.
Oh man, they got him even on Muppets Christmas Carol. They still managed to work him in.
Of course.
Ridiculous.
I just love the original movie when they first meet the Electric Mayhem, Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, where Fozzie and Kermit first meet him. And they're like, yeah, Animal, beat the drums. He's like, eat the drums. And he starts eating them. Like, no, beat the drums. Beat drums. He starts hammering on him like that, right? Like an Animal's awesome, man.
It's always
It's
always funny to me when I hear people talk and they sound like one of the Muppets. And then now in my brain, like, you know, the Muppet girl in Electric Mayhem. She had like
Jenny's.
closed eyes and like the long street. Here, man, and she just talked like this the whole time.
Totally. Yeah.
And then whenever I see somebody whose voice sounds like that, oh my god, I'm like, you are that puppet right now. You're that puppet.
Yep.
It's actually, I think it's Frank Oz who lends his voice to her.
Yeah. Him and Gibson are like.
Frank Oz, I thought, did it, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was what I was saying. And he also made the voice for Miss Piggy. Wasn't it that him? Yeah.
Yep.
Aww.
Frank Oz.
He also did Beaker. He did lots of the Muppets. It was him and Henson mostly.
He still lives, by the way. I just looked him up. Born in 1944. Still alive.
He's Grover too from Sesame Street.
Yep. Yeah.
The best Muppet or the best Sesame Street person.
Grover.
Grover.
Definitely.
Especially when he's Super Grover.
Oh goodness! Have you seen the German parody? The German parody of Ernie and Bert.
No, those two crack me up, though.
Bernie und Erd. Bernie and you can see them. You can see them on
Yes,
YouTube.
I know that from that times.
That's insane.
Yeah,
but you need to understand German to get it. It's absolutely insane. But just looking at it will make you giggle.
They are very funny. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember there was that big hullabaloo when they were.
I've seen some of the clips on YouTube. Yeah.
You're kind of breaking up on us, Rene.
Yeah, sorry.
My favorite parody is still Avenue Q.
Well,
Avenue Q. I remember
probably
that.
will have to.
Yep, it's.
I will probably have
right
to
there
go
for you.
in a few seconds.
Yep, that's fine, man. I'm going to bring this to a close in a few minutes, anyways. So.
Sorry.
Yeah, so we can all get back to our video game.
Yeah.
Grocery shopping. I've been on vacation, so there's nothing to eat in this house.
Can I try to share this on my screen? I want to show you guys.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'll see if this works. Just a sec. Let me see. Share screen.
Bernadette. Okay, I can stick around for Bernadette a little bit.
Okay. So, just a sec. Do you see my screen now?
Nope.
No.
I don't know how to do it, to be honest.
No, I don't know neither. I just know that
There
there's
is a way.
Oh, wait. Here you go. Let's see. I have to press the actual share button. There you go. And let me see. There you go. And there you go.
Yes, that's right. Okay,
now
so
you can
let's
see it. Okay, and
there.
And then full screen.
Bernie and
What the hell?
Was schreibe ich mir denn heute mal rein? Heroin? Nee, lieber nicht. Dann hänge ich mir das ganze Wochenende auf dem
Yes,
rum.
that's the drug
LSD?
episode.
Nee, auch nicht. Dann denke ich wieder, ich kann fliegen und springen vom Dach.
What an absolute mockery.
Nee, geht ja gar nicht. Ich habe ja gar keine Nase. Aber irgendwas fehlt.
Komisch. Hallo Bernie. Sag mal, Bernie, wo hast du nur die lustigen Zigaretten her?
Hey, das ist mein letzter Joint. Den habe ich mir fürs Wochenende aufgehoben.
He's smoking.
Wochenende, ist das komisch? Ich weiß nicht weg.
Sounds like it's a doobie.
Ich brauche meinen letzten
You
Joint.
have to wait for the end.
Eisblech.
Sag mal, Bernie, wir haben nicht zufällig noch was zu fressen im Haus. Ich könnte ein ganzes Schwein verdrücken.
Na nur, wer kann das denn sein?
You want something more?
Oh, ja, die wollen. Ich muss die Drogen verschwinden lassen. Was mache ich nur?
Machen Sie die Tür auf!
Ich hab's. Hey, du hast doch noch Hunger.
Ja, wieso hast du was Süßes?
Ja, Mund auf.
Sofort aufmachen!
Hier, LSD, Kokain und
Oh my
Heroin.
God.
Komm schon. Ja, bitte.
Entschuldigung, können Sie die
He's got a needle in his head.
Hey, falscher Alarm.
Why are you covered in
Hallo, Hey, wenn du keine Drogen verträgst, solltest du keine nehmen, klar?
Oh, so that was all about drugs. So it was a joint and cocaine, and then he got hit with a needle. That's great.
Yikes.
like the police was knocking on the door, and they just wanted him to tone down, but he gave them all the drugs in order to hide them.
That's awesome. I never even. I love how they have one eye.
Yeah, why is there Cyclops burning? Or what is this?
Hey! No hate for Cyclopses, all right?
Cyclopses are evil, marauding creatures, just like polar bears. They're all extinct.
They're people too. They're just really large people with one eye.
But, whatever.
All right, you guys, we should bring this to an end.
Anyways, guys and girls, it has been fun, definitely, but I will go to bed. So,
thanks, Rene, for coming on with me today. That was an absolute pleasure having you on, man.
Yeah.
And next time it'll be Lilith.
Goodbye.
We'll get Lilith on here. All right. Cheers, brother.
Can't wait to see that.
All right. Cheers.
For sure. And you can jump in the after party. All right, you guys. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with us. Hopswatch kind of jumped out of here really quickly. Maybe he had to go feed his snake. I'm not sure. But yeah, until next time, guys. My next guest, by the way, is coming up on Monday. Which will be Signeto of Belgay, who is a polytheist. So we're going to hear how they went from one belief system into another. And I've always had a soft spot for polytheists because I was one myself at one time. So yeah, I've had quite a few on, including Ocean and Callan and a few others. So yeah, it's all about sharing these kinds of things. And oh yeah, and then of course I got Marlene Winnell on November 6th, who has a website that helps people after deconversions, and how she does it like a therapy type thing with them, and then I'll have, and then we have Megan the Artist, a raging atheist, Nokatsuchi, you guys know, and then Anthony Magnabosco. Before I take another short break for the Saturday, November 16th, because it's my sister's birthday and I'm taking her out, so I won't be here for that.
You're killing her?
No, I'm not that kind of taking her out, you evil maniacal bastard, you.
Hey, you won't Popeye the
yeah, I'm not going to Popeye my sister.
Popeye the Enforcer man.
Yeah, Popeye the Enforcer. Yeah.
Proves that.
But Lilith, I will connect with you on Twitter again now that we are actually messaging. And I had no idea you were in my neck of the woods, man. So we'll see about setting you up for the show.
And scheduling easier, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, be in touch. And until then, I'm just going to go fix my bed and get something to eat, because otherwise, bleh.
Yeah, I hear you. Mikey, man, thanks for jumping in. And BBA, always fun as usual, watching you drive around like a madman.
Also, sorry to cut you off. I've got my video coming out in just an hour, so be looking out for that. Anybody who watches my channel.
All right. Sure. It looks like Doorknob Head showed up late. Just in time for the end. Exactly, Doorknob Head. But yeah, he's one of my favorites too. He always has some funny shit to say. Anyways, yeah, join my Discord if you're up for it. IQ has posted the link there. It's also in the description of the original video, and I think this one. Until next time, guys, like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time.